Right, we're going to have a look at the topic of budgets and variances. A budget is just a plan. So if you can imagine, each department will have a plan. A sales plan, a production plan, a marketing plan, a finance plan, same as a marketing budget, finance budget, sales budget, production budget. Same thing, it's a plan. And then all of these departmental budgets will feed into the organisation's total budget or master budget. So the budget is a plan. And if we've got a plan, we can normally measure our actual performance against what we planned. So if our sales plan was to reach 10,000 sales, we can see, well, what did we actually do? 11,000, oh, we did better. Or 7,500 sales, we did a lot worse. What my marketing costs planned to be? I planned to spend 8,000, I actually spent 6,500. So I've actually done better than I thought. So the thing about budgeting and planning is we have to compare our budget performance, what we plan, and we compare it to our actual performance. And the difference between the two is called the variance. So it's just the difference between your actual performance and your planned or budgeted performance. Now, if the variance is what we call beneficial, we'd say it's favourable. For instance, if my sales budget, I planned sales of 10,000, but my actual sales were 12,000, then my variance, the difference, is 2,000. But it's good for me, isn't it? So what we say is the variance is favourable. If I have sales budget of 10,000, but my actual sales are 9,500, my variance, the difference, is 500. But this time, what I planned to sell is actually more than I did sell. Therefore, this time, we say the variance is adverse. So if the variance is beneficial to you, it will be favourable. If the variance is not good for you, then it will be adverse. Now, what you need to be careful of here is, are you talking about an income, or are you talking about a cost? Because if your actual income is higher than your planned or budgeted income, then the variance will be favourable. If your actual cost is higher than your budgeted cost, then if your cost is higher than you planned, your variance will be adverse. So you must be careful and in the first instance consider, are we looking at a cost or are we looking at an income or a revenue? So basically, you normally fill out tables. So we put actual, 10, budget, 9, variance, 1. So this is our sales. Actual sales are higher than we planned, so it's favourable. You may be asked, or let's say production costs. 5,000 was our actual production cost. We budgeted for 4,800. The variance is 200. And our actual cost is higher than our planned cost, so that is adverse. Now, sometimes they'll say, if the variance is more than 4% or more than 2% or whatever they want, we will investigate it. If the variance is below a certain percentage, we can ignore it. So if they feel that the variance is big or they should do something about it, we'd say that variance is significant. And if it's significant, we need to investigate it. The way to find out is, let's say, anything over 3%, we will investigate. So if we take our first one, the variance is 1,000 over the planned, so variance over budget of 9,000 times 100 over 1. So as a percentage, let's turn it on. 1,000 is the variance over the budget. As a percent is 11.1%. That is definitely over our 3%, which is our benchmark to be classed as significant or not significant, and therefore we will investigate it. So budgets and variances are actually quite straightforward. Put in your actual, put in your budget. The difference is the variance. The variance can be favourable to you, in which case you're doing better than you thought, or it can be adverse, where you're not doing as well as you thought. We may have to put it into a percentage, in which case we just do the budget, we just do the variance divided by the budget times 100. So if you can listen to this a few times, and I'll try and post you up some questions, keep practicing. Thank you.